actress Doris Ogala has served a 1 billion naira legal notice, on Pastor Chris Okafor, accusing him of emotional distress after allegedly ending their relationship and marrying another woman. Now, we've been following this case. Now, according to Ogala, the pastor made promises of marriage which he failed to honor, causing reputational damage and personal trauma. Now, the legal action reportedly demands compensation and a public apology. A lot of people want apology. What's going on?
Say sorry.
Pastor Okafor has denied the allegations, describing them as false and defamatory as the dispute continues to play out publicly and legally. It's a lot of bus, but Pastor, wow. It's not a good look for the pastor, is it? Because, he says false, but there's some evidence. There's some...
A whole lot has been said.
Honestly.
A whole lot has been said.
I am
Lots of
embarrassed.
allegations are flying around right now.
She's embarrassed.
Doris also came out to say something about the lady she married.
Yes.
That allegedly Okafor raped the lady and then got her pregnant, and then the parents of the lady are saying that, you have to marry or something like that. I don't understand.
Not surprised by that, though. Typically, it seems like a way to save men, or sadly, because a woman is going to be obvious when you're pregnant, but it's a way to save man's reputation that now he has to marry her because, in her own case, Ogala did not...
I'm sorry.
She did not hold the baby.
This story is yama is smelling. From the videos that, she's making to the allegations, but...
Okay. Well, we don't want to chat about it all alone because, what do we really know, right? To further break down from a legal perspective, which is important, is entertainment lawyer Kabir Adeyemo, who joins us right now. Kabir, thank you for being a part of the show. How are you feeling? Good to see you. Ooh, Kabir, we're not sure we can hear you. You might be muted, Kabir.
Hear me?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Kabir,
so sorry about that. Good evening, everyone. How's it going?
Fantastic.
Going great.
Help us, I beg, from a legal standpoint, right? The public understands this breach of promise to marry. For some people, it's the first time they're hearing it. Including emotional harm, privacy rights. How does this work? Explain it to Nigerians who maybe don't understand it.
Okay, so a typical breach of contract, where one person promises the other that, I'm going to do this for you, and the other person accepted or acted on that promise, right? So, and at the end of the day, the person that promised says that, I want to refrain, or I want to stop, I want to I've decided not to do that thing for you again. So that is basically the explanation that you need to know. So in the instance of a relationship now, where one person is saying that, I like you so much, I want to marry you, and that person has been the other person has been acting on that information that, this person has promised to marry me, and maybe you go to his house on weekends to cook, maybe you wash clothes, you wash his clothes, and every other thing that relationship people do, right? So that is the crux of the matter. That's the foundation of that particular instance, where the other person now says that, I'm no longer interested in marrying you. Right, so the other person that has acted on that information can decide to go to court and file a civil action for breach of promise to marry.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay, so Kabir, what must Doris Ogala now prove in court to succeed in claiming damages like the 1 billion that she's demanding?
1 billion.
Yes,
money.
Is she about to present WhatsApp chats?
Yeah, of course. She just has to pull off every and anything that she has within her capacity or within her care, right? So if there's a WhatsApp chat that says that, this person actually said that they are going to marry me, it's not just about them being flirtatious around you, or maybe you guys are just romanticizing each other, right? That does not count. It's about the actual expression that I want to marry you, whether it is oral or written, right? The person have expressed it to you, to your understanding, and there are some certain actions that can corroborate this particular statement. An instance is where maybe the person has the two of you has introduced your family members to each other, and everybody knows themselves, and they know that you guys are working towards getting married. That's like an instance, or an instance where you give, you as a man, you give the lady a ring, All right, a promise ring or an agreement ring, that's automatically going to be an evidence against you that you have promised to marry her. So in the instance where you now decide not to marry her, I mean, a lady that was given a ring, right, she will be so hyped and very happy, and the things that she was doing as a girlfriend would be upgraded. Maybe if she was doing like 40% before, she was probably going to like 90, 100%, right? She's giving all her all. So at the end of the day, you're not saying that you don't want to marry her again. That's
Man, when I no go promise, so no go make promise.
Wow. Like all of this, I'm just taking in the information. I say, is that so?
Has anybody promised you any?
Is that so? Well, I want to know.
I mean, it's like that, but I mean, like so many people don't. I mean, relationship people, when they break up, they just decide to maybe take their fate, accept as their fate, and move on. While there are some people that have actually suffered financial loss, emotional distress, and maybe reputational damage. So where you have maybe invested a huge sum of money, I think I saw it somewhere where Doris was saying that she maybe borrowed or gave him for something million or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So, or maybe the emotional distress that comes with, the person that you have suffered with since 2017, the person is now saying that they are no longer interested in 2025. Right, or this the reputational damage where maybe people are now seen as maybe the bad person in the relationship and the rest of your people, or she's not able to she's not attractive anymore to potential suitors because she has been with someone that brought in new one. I mean, there's just a lot of instances, right? I'm just
wow.
So, like,
Interesting.
do we have, like, is it possible that the court will actually award, damages for this? Like,
Emotional.
is there any?
Yeah, why not? So the burden of proof is on Doris, right? I don't want to go too deep into what is going on between the two of them because it is more what we are seeing on social media is more of an information from one side, while the other side is not so expressive, right? But a typical situation where one person goes to court and says that, this other person has broken up with me and I've suffered a lot of things. So you have to prove what you initially just have to prove that you guys were actually in a relationship one, and that person actually promised to marry you with sufficient evidence, the WhatsApp chats, corroborative evidence, maybe from witnesses, if you can bring your family members, or you'll get lucky enough to maybe bring the brother or sister of that person to court, right? So then you now go to what you are requesting the court to do for you, right? So you now have to like plead everything. Maybe you've suffered a particular financial, or maybe you guys are in a partnership together, or maybe you guys started a business together. What you want the court to do for you? Do you want to be the only person to own that business, or you want to probably just take your share and the rest of? So there are just different things that you can now present to court. So the court will now review your case and decide what they want to give you.
Okay, Kabira, we're going to take a breather for a second, right? Or maybe for some minutes, guys. You're still watching Take 3, but we'll be back. Stick around.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is still your favorite entertainment corner in the whole of Africa. So, before we went on a break, we were talking about the legal implications of breaching a promise to marry. Now, before we continue with our guest, who's still with us, but before we continue with our guest, we want to read a couple of comments on YouTube. Kate,
yes.
What are the people saying?
I got you. So, of course, this one is from Evangelists. Tokwe Gabriel, who says, it's talking about the Can story, by the way. He says, I'm a Christian, but Can's submission is not clear to me, though. I've not watched that film, but I think for me, it's not relevant. Because my Jesus Christ, the Savior of the universe,
come on,
was not born in December.
I'm still surprised by that. Am I just the
Sam,
only one?
so we'll now have to do classes for you now.
Sam, when we're done with the show.
We'll do classes for Sam. Oh, yeah.
Bobby
Kate,
Blaze,
continue.
2345 here says, using words like dirty Christmas can cause religious disaffection from Christians towards the intentions for which such movie was produced, because it is not ethical.
Well, he has a point.
That
The same way you
was
said dirty Salash, we know that might not sit well.
Yeah.
So
But that's a different
Fingers crossed.
So we have a couple more. Ajuashi here says, I'm confused. Marriage not by force, talking about the Doris Ogala story. Richman came back to say, Kate, I don't promise marriage. Me said, no, I'll marry you.
Kate, Kola won't be
Me
your
said,
boy,
"No, I'll marry
Ando."
you." Then Black Boy here says, but wait, even if they promised, after the end of it all, there is no love anymore. Why use legal proceedings to hold them down?
I don't think it's holding them down. It is making up for lost time.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's what legal proceedings do in this case. It's making up for lost time.
it should even be mutual. That kind of thing. If you settled amicably, of course, like our lawyer talked about, Kabira DMO, who's still with us.
Yeah.
You know, at the same time, you can both agree. People are broken up,
And
people
they let
have
it
problems,
go.
and you let it go. But in this case, if it seems like now I look like a fool, I'm a little hurt. Like she's talking about, you know, like the trauma, a lot of mental health issues. a
She
lot of
claims that he sent her
emotions.
nude to someone.
Well,
That sounds
Kabir,
crazy.
I mean, Kabir is still here with us. Kabir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Really.
Now, thank you for sticking around. To what extent could the alleged unauthorized sharing of, you know, explicit photos or videos be a separate criminal offense, maybe, or civil issue? And what protections do Nigerian privacy laws offer to this particular situation?
Okay, sharing of explicit contents of another person is a cybercrime, right? So it is criminal under the law, and the person whose explicit content was shared has the right to proceed to get of course, he or she has to report to the right authorities, and the right authorities will now be the one to prosecute the person that has shared. Right. So under the law, you are fully protected. You can decide to take a legal action against that person because it is even the right thing to do. That person that did it for you or to you because you are just a victim, right, can decide to go ahead and do it for another person. So it is the right thing to do. You don't have to be silent about it. And gone are the days when, people are probably shying away from conversations like this, right? So it's best to just catch the culprits and make them face the justice that you deserved.
So thank you so much for that, Kabir. So here's what I want to know. Do we have any cases where this has been treated, like it went to court and the court actually awarded what they asked for, at least a portion of the amount? Like, have we had any, is this enforceable in Nigeria? And by this, I'm talking about the breach of promise to marry. Is this something that we have seen enforced in our court of law?
Okay, I can't say for sure, but I'm very sure. Yeah, because it is enforceable in law. I'm very certain of that, right? But from top of my head right now, I can't make a reference to a particular case.
Okay.
Yeah, that I know. But I know it is possible in law, and it all boils down to how you are able to prove your case in court. So if Doris is able to, or maybe if they don't respond to Doris, maybe the next step is for them to go to court and just present all the evidence that they have. They are just going to be a couple of challenges. Maybe the first one is the proving. How is she going to prove? Because we all know that when we are in relationships, we are usually not keeping track of the things we do for our partners, right? So it's possible that she's not able to get a hold of some of the evidence that she could have used, right? Another one is probably where she has to also face counterclaims, right? And of course, defenses where the other person is going to deny ever knowing them, right? Or saying that, oh, they never said this, they never did this, whatever it is that they were doing was just for the meantime, they never promised them marriage. Or another one is whether the legal cost is going to be friendly, because the legal cost is one thing that could be challenging for some persons. So maybe one of the reasons why they decide not to just go to court and leave everything to God, right? And the last thing that comes to my head right now is probably the social stigma, right? And I think I saw in one of Doris' video that she said she's not scared of anyone, and she wants to pursue her case to the largest extent that she can go, right? So if she's that brave, all the best to her.
Kabir, I want to ask this, and I feel like maybe it might take us a bit away, but slightly, right? Because I feel like partners need to know this. When we talk about 45 million, and I'm reminded of relationships where, gifts get involved, And we've had people talk about, oh, this guy bought me this, he collected it back, I gave a gift on that, and then for some reason, because of the clash, what does the law say about when it comes to gifting within a relationship? You know, I mean, it's not marriage, but you're dating, and there's this gift or that gift. Can you collect it back, or is a gift a gift?
So under the law, if they gift you, they must sign a document that whatever it is that they are giving is a gift. So where they sign a document, right?
We sign a document for what?
We don't have. I don't sign documents.
Yes.
So if they buy me wristwatch now, they have to sign that they give me a gift.
Yes, especially properties.
Okay.
Especially properties, land,
Cars.
Wristwatch, cars, and the rest of any other property, even clothes. They have to sign a document because they can actually come back and.
So if they give somebody bone straight now, they have to sign.
Snatch your bone straight.
So that's the law.
Wow.
So I see instances where people will break up online and they will go to the house of the girlfriend. Maybe the guy will go to the house of the girlfriend with his friends. They will not be like causing tantrums in the house and the rest of it. That's not the right way to go about it. I mean, you just have to go the legal way, which is approaching the courts or the first one, maybe writing a letter of demand. Letter of demand, I want my things back. So if the other person is not delivering your things back, you can decide to go to court to recover your properties.
Wow.
That's serious. So
Wait, so let me understand. If there is no like written document that says this is a gift, it is constituted. They can say that this is somebody's property and they'll collect it back.
Facts. So when they are buying you a car, they must buy it in your name.
In my name.
If they are buying you a house, it has to be in your name. So that is going to be sufficient in those instances. But when they are buying a wristwatch from a store and they are bringing it to your door, they can get it back.
Wow. Well, a few stories come to mind, but I wouldn't talk about it. I want to ask this though, because I'm looking at the situation, and at this point, I'm thinking, if I was the one, would I still want to marry this person after all this brouhaha, after the court is involved? Can the court compel marriage, or is it usually that these financial compensations are the only remedies, like damages? Can they compel marriage?
The court cannot compel marriage. So just like you mentioned the other time, the action for breach of promise to marry is just for you to be able to get sufficient compensation for the lost time. So it's just for you to be able to play that. Oh, these are the things that I lost when I was in a relationship with you, with the hope that we are going to end up together and we are going to build a family and probably legacies together. But since that is not happening, I have the right to get some certain things back, and these are the certain things that I want back.
So it's really just consolation. Like it's really just consolation prize.
Basically.
That's interesting.
Consolation prize of 1 billion naira, guys. Please have to console me.
You just have to give it.
I feel like I want to talk about this gift a little more, because let's not lie, our generation, when it comes to gifting, because now you could be in a relationship and there are gifts being shared, but you could be in a talking stage that is not even a relationship, and gifts are being shared. So if you accept a gift, does that mean that we agree that we're now in a relationship?
Kabiru.
And what constitutes as gifts even?
Am I the one to answer that?
Give us your own take on it.
Really, because it's just, they are still friends at that point in time. They are still talking, right? So if they, just like I explained the other time, basically, even when you're dating, gift is not something that belongs to you, right? If there's no pen and paper. So
I promise you, this is probably the most shocking thing I've heard all month.
This one that you're saying.
It's not that serious.
People don't. Yeah, there are a lot of things that Nigeria, people around the world don't put so much attention to, because legally, if these things actually go the legal route, you just start saying that, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, you should have consulted a lawyer. There was a mistake here and the rest of it. So that's the law.
Wow.
Even inside relationship, I should hire a lawyer.
Wow.
I'm trying to think
because
about
you can't know, anybody can.
Lawyer.
For everything, your day-to-day activities.
Okay. Maybe I say, I'm sure maybe Kate or Kemini will, reach out to Kabir. I'm sure they might want to protect some gifts in their possession, But Kabir, thank you so much for being a part of the show. We appreciate you for shedding light on these, and we do hope that Nigerians now know better.